Hey, hi YouTube subscribers. Going to talk today about raising conscious kids. By conscious, I mean socially empowered, kind, caring, connected. I care about the planet. I care about me. Strong sense of self-love, um, duty to themselves and duty to others. Always asking, is this going to empower me? And is this going to help somebody else by the decisions and choices I'm making? These are the kind of things that should be taught from preschool, I believe. When they're in preschool, they do some of this now, but they need to do more of it. They need to show kids that um, they shine no matter what, and no matter their shape, their size, their race, their gender specification, that they shine as their amazing pure selves no matter what. There needs to be more activities on acceptance of others, songs and rhythm activities and rhymes about loving yourself and loving other people and helping the planet. Less about gender specific toys and just encouraging children to go for what they want to go with depending on how they're feeling. My son growing up, he wanted his nails painted desperately when he was very young, and as he grew older, he knew that was socially unacceptable and began to associate a shame complex with it. And while he doesn't identify as homosexual, society says that's not okay and there's something wrong with that. Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if you want to wear something, wear it. If that makes you happy, you should do that. And we shouldn't be afraid to be who we are. But I'd say by the age of 6, this is being shut off in children. And the instances to have their passion, do what they want to do. If a little girl wants to play wood shop and she's totally passionate about that, we take that away and we replace it with a Susie Homemaker oven set. And it's not okay. We're taking away this strong sense of who we are and identity before the child reaches school age. And the programming, the indoctrination starts when they're 3 and 4 years of age. It starts with them watching TV shows and commercials that set the path to hate yourself and not like the way you are. We sexualize 6 and 7-year-olds and sell them bras and panties and encourage them to opt into auditions for the Disney Channel where they're completely sexualized. Their childhood is taken from them. When I was young, I really appreciated my mother. I got into modeling, and she kind of saw what it was, and I didn't turn, and I was being turned into an object of meat for men's eyes, and it had nothing to do with how beautiful and wonderful I was as a person. It had everything to do with if I could sell. And meeting a young girl that I taught who was 15, who was facing the same kind of thing, she told me that she wants to eventually be a streetwalker one day, and she identifies with that, these profound issues of self-hatred. And she told me she couldn't do any tattoos on her body because the agency didn't like that. So essentially they're akinning her to meat that they can do with what they want. And if you don't meet their specifications, then they just dump you. Like something they can flush down the toilet. But young girls are obviously being coerced and brain manipulated into thinking that if I am a certain way and I do a certain thing, then only then will I gain self-acceptance and be loved. But obviously there's a conspiracy with that. The only love, the greatest gift of all, is that love inside of you, that love for self that should have been instilled in you when you were a very young child. But your parents didn't know what that was, and neither did your grandparents, and neither did your teachers. So damned if you're going to have that when you're 15, if from a young age you haven't been taught how to do that and how to self-empower and how to think for yourself. And how to research things that are of interest to you and how to question things. You see, kids are taught just enough to know things, but not to question those things that they were taught and not to think outside of the box. And this is a very real problem in education and for parents today. So encourage your kids to be who they are. Encourage them to eat healthy, make good choices, be safe, be good, be honest, have integrity. But to also, if rules and things don't make sense, to question those things and to ask questions. Like authority isn't to be respected when they're not treating you correctly and they're not being good to you. So hopefully that's helped some parents see that there's another way of parenting and educating as opposed to mainline North American based systematic programming. All right, thanks so much and have a great week.